Hi guys, this is Calvin. I want to apologize real quick for the shaky audio in this episode. We are trying to get this done real quick. I'd like to apologize. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Thank you for listening and watching. Please share to a friend if you feel like we're worthy of that. All right? All right. Thank you. Have a nice one.
Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to hear something strange? Come with us and you will see. This is our special for Halloween.
Hi, I'm Calvin. Welcome to our Halloween special of Clever Fools podcast. We're trying to make this a spooky one.
It's already scary. I'm fucking scared.
Space has already pissed himself.
Twice.
Twice? It hasn't even been a minute, my dude. I'm starting to think you actually just have a bladder issue. Talking about bladder issues, cancer. Cancer's not a fun disease. Talking about cancer, you know who's my favorite cancer patient? The patient from the Black Parade. Let's talk about the story of the Black Parade.
Jesus Christ, when we reach... Oh my god. This guy want to talk about the Black Parade so bad, he just used cancer as a bridge.
You guys, and if you guys don't understand that reference yet, well, sit and let me explain the long epic of MCR's The Black Parade. For our listeners, I will be posting, or not posting, and in the video that you're watching right now, I will be adding every slide. So while I'm explaining the song, you guys can see the slide. So it's like you're listening live with us, except you don't get any of Space's racist comments.
What? Some bullshit is targeting.
Anywho, the background. So what's the background of MCR's The Black Parade, or how most people know them, My Chemical Romance, The Black Parade? Well, The Black Parade is a rock opera, and rock opera is just this an album that tells an epic. An epic is a long story, like Homer's Odyssey. It tells one long story throughout the album, from start to beginning. It contains one story. Fun fact: MCR wrote so 3 out of their 4 albums that they released. They initially started the albums as if it was going to become a rock opera. The albums were Cheers for Sweet Revenge, The Black Parade, and Danger Days. Although the last album that they were working on before they took a temporary hiatus from each other for about a decade, Paper Kingdom, that was originally going to be a rock opera, but the story was so dark that I don't know. I'm not saying ghosts are real. That's another debate for 15 minutes from now. Let's be honest. But that album, Paper Kingdom, is definitely spooky. But that's not the point right now. The point. You got space?
I just said spooky. That was it. I just wanted to add to the conversation.
I thought you were saying speaking. I thought you were trying to get my attention for something.
Speaking? Like what? Like I'm a secretary speaking? Hello?
Yes, you are my secretary. That's why I sleep with you.
You don't sleep with me. You don't get any of this ass.
Said that in the most redneck way possible. Anywho, so something to take into account while listening to this whole album is that when the music is slow, the beats are like slow. That's when the patient, our main dude, is alive, or he's thinking about of when he's alive. And when it's fast, it's dead. You got that? You got that, Space?
Yeah,
Writing this down?
Yeah, I'm taking notes for class, bro.
Good. There's gonna be a quiz.
That's some bullshit.
Right. Like any great story, we start off with the end. It's the end of our main protagonist, is the patient. He lost the battle to cancer.
Holy shit, he lost.
He lost. Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
And so the song starts off with "Come one, come all" to this tragic affair. I like to imagine that's Death dressed up as a carny, like a carnival carny. So that's why this poorly drawn figure of Death in their carnival carny outfit is right here.
And I like to think he's wearing red to represent his good luck in the new year for Chinese New Year. That's what I believe.
We believe in the Chinese propaganda.
Yep, that's me. They just call me Chinese propaganda. It's basically it's what they call me nowadays.
Yes, yes. And the song starts off with "Come one, come all" from Death, and it has a heart rate monitor. This heart rate monitor is what we hear. It's the patient's heart rate monitor. This is what we're hearing. This is what he's hearing at the same time. And then he dies. He wanted it. He was fighting. He wanted to be saved. If you look at the lyrics right here, which by the way, the lyrics are in white, bold white, while my points are in gray to help to tell the difference between the two. Yes. So he's like, "Save me, save me!" But Death was like, "Nah, baby, you're coming with me. You ready for this ride?" And then we get to Dead. Death has actually entered the chat. He's or Death. There's not necessarily a gender around Death, but who am I to say? But Death enters the chat like a fucking Chad. He starts playing. I like to imagine that he's playing the scythe as if it's the guitar. Because there's so many like heavy guitar moments in the song. It's great. Yes, but this is Death mocking the patient. He's like, and if your heart stopped beating, I'll be here wondering, did you get what you deserved? The end of your life. He's mocking the patient who had just died. The most like the ending of his life and death is like, ha! What is this, a joke? You got that? You got the space?
I'm writing down every little bit to make sure that I am prepared for the test.
Yes. So the song Dead.
Notes. I'm taking my Cornell notes to make sure I maximize my study session.
We don't talk about Avid. We don't talk about Cornell notes. They do not exist. I'm in a happy place. This is a safe space. Avid is not a safe space.
Space. Ooh. This is not a safe space. This is a spooky space. It's space. My name is Space. Sorry, continue.
I'm like trying to talk about the song, you're like, space pun. I know you're trying to not laugh. Try not to laugh challenge. Every time you laugh, you do your thing. So the song starts off with the heart monitor going flat because our protagonist, the patient, he's dead. Like the song says, he's dead. And Death is like, yo, you're dead. Ha, what is this, a joke? Yep. This is like the intro. The end and Death, they're not one song, but I listen to it as one song. Because I think that's how it should be listened to. It's a back-to-back song that perfectly plays with each other. Alright. The next song, This Is How I Disappear. This is his realization that he's dead. The patient. We're going back to the patient now. He's like, oh, I'm dead. And I kind of didn't do anything with my life. I mean, I died relatively young from cancer. I mean, that sucks. He's just being a sad boy. This is... For the most of the album, I've considered the patient being what I like to put sad boy hours. It's because he's like, oh, I'm not going to be remembered. Oh, I wasn't loved. Oh, I wasn't XYZ. We'll see this throughout. We'll see this theme. We'll see this commonly this theme of him being sad about XYZ is a common statement in which will play throughout the album. He's thinking about his love too. He's thinking about the girl that that was left behind. You know, we can tell this because I'm just a ghost, so I can't hurt you anymore. This is to his love. And that without you, this is how I disappear and live my life alone forever now. This is to his love right here. And he's, sad that he's gonna disappear. He lived a very short life. He's about to disappear. And it isn't, he didn't do anything with his life. That's his, realization. You know what I'm saying? Dylan?
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
I get you. I understand you.
Do you know what I just said?
No, I'm fucking taking my Cornell notes. You can't hide. You cannot hide from
This
Cornell
is why I
notes.
daydream.
Day drinking. Jesus Christ.
It's always the day somewhere. I'm
This
ending
is-
that part on the episode.
No.
Anywho, the Sharpest lives. We get a glimpse of
Oh
the
my
patient's
God.
life. What?
So sharp that when I touch it, I bleed. That's how sharp it is.
Actually, the Sharpest lives is because the patient, he's surrounded by a lot of messed up people.
Yeah, like me. I'm there.
Space, you'd be a soy boy. We all know this.
And I'm the most fucked up one in the whole hall. You want to fit in?
I would say the most fruity one.
If he wants to fit in, he's gonna have to take out the biggest guy in the yard, and that's me. Ain't no way I'm gonna let him take me out. I'm about to pummel me some fish.
How far do you think I could throw you?
Not far.
I think in at least 30, 20 feet, if I really wanted to.
No, you could not. You cannot get enough momentum to throw me that far.
Yeah. Anywho, so the Sharpest life, so you get a glimpse of the patient's life and what it was like, with the lyrics of if I crash on the couch, can I sleep in my clothes? Because I spent the night dancing, I'm drunk, I suppose. If it looks like I'm laughing, I'm really just asking to leave this alone. This is him. We get a glimpse of his life. We can tell this because when these lyrics were being sang and said that the beats were slow, and the beats, when slow, is a glimpse, is his memories. This is us seeing the glimpse of his life. While when it's fast, like during the chorus, we know that it's present. It's him in purgatory because he's in purgatory right now. He's not in hell yet. He's not in heaven. Right now, we don't know where he's going to go, but we do know that there's two options. There's heaven and there's hell. And right now in purgatory, he is getting his judgment.
Judgment.
Space, I'm judging you.
Everyone
You know what he
judges.
did.
Everyone judges.
Too off topic. Because I want to make this the spooky episode. Because you're spooky decay, not space decay. You're fucking spooky decay.
Yeah, but we also have to fill time for an hour and a half, so I'm just saying shit too. Because you're gonna end up running out of you think it's not gonna run
We're
for an hour
not
and a
going to
half?
run out of time. It has been 30 minutes.
Is it 30 minutes already?
No, you're fucking dumbass.
What
It's
the
been
fuck is
15.
going? Yeah, that's what I was about to fucking say. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
We're not even
We're cheating.
space. We're not even a third done of the album.
It's okay. we have a lot to cover, and we have a lot
Yes,
to talk about. And I have
we
commentary too.
do. This is honestly the lightest part of the album, but once we get to the middle, we're going to the meat and potatoes of this fucking album.
I am so excited that my pussy is quivering. Actually, pussy's quivering with excitement. It's doing flips.
So the patient's surrounded by dangerous people, and that's why the song's called "The Sharpest Lives," because sharp equals dangerous. I know how cliche, but anywho, and you can take oil, and you can take all the pain away from me. Your kiss and I will surrender. The sharpest lives are the deadliest to lead. He is, and this is the chorus. This is getting an idea of what he's surrounded by. He's surrounded by lustful, dangerous people. He is surrounded by space. That is basically it.
What the fuck? This is biased commentary.
How am I biased?
This guy wanted to cut out any of my dialogue. And then he starts roasting me, and I cry, and I let myself get degraded and defamated on, and I do it for you.
Anywho, the next episode, the next track of this album is what everyone knows as Emu Anthem. Welcome to the Black Parade. Everyone knows this song. It's what us as folk like to call an instant hood classic.
And what us folk? What? Sorry, I thought that was funny.
I know, that's why I said it. So the Black Parade is what the patient sees as the representation of purgatory. This is what death looks like to him, because this is his most prized memory. It's when his father took him to the city to see a marching band. So the Black Parade is death. This is what everything looks like to him here. This is how he sees everyone else. Everyone else is dressed up. What was that?
Nothing, I'm just being dumb. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I know how you can pay me back. It is with your dirty butt loving. Yes. Oh yeah.
What? Aww.
What was I saying?
What are you asking?
What?
I'm being dumb. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take my corner notes and shut up.
You are a child, man. You only talk when you are spoken to. Don't
What?
I mean that. It's okay.
He hits me.
Only sexually.
At the inappropriate times. Like in line for being quicker. You would hit me in my ass. I just made a fake memory about us. I literally just made a fake ass memory about us being in line for a new credit coaster and you slapping my ass. See how quick I fabricated that?
At least you're not making fake accusations. What was I saying? So this is the patient's most femboy. No, he's not a femboy, unlike Space. This is his favorite memory. This is, literally the best memory he has in his whole entire life. So everyone else who's around was dead. They look like they're part of a marching band. They're dressed up in that attire. And if we look at the photo that we're using here, that's what he looks like when he died. He was in a hospital gown, so he's dead in a hospital gown. But this person right next to him, that's Mother War. Mother War is, I wouldn't say that Mother War is God, but she's a high figure in purgatory. She is not necessarily part. Mother War is her own thing. She doesn't necessarily decide who goes to heaven, who goes to hell, but she is a person who is in the purgatory lines, talking to those who are dead. And our protagonist, the patient, he's kind of sad that he's not going to be remembered. He's like, I lived a very short life. No one's going to remember me. No one's gonna care that I died. No one's gonna XYZ. Because, he's what I call a sad boy. And he's living the sad boy hours. Henceforth, I call him sad boy. But Mother Ward comforts the patient with this. We'll carry on. And though you're dead now, believe me, your memory will carry on, will carry on. This is to, make him feel better. Make him know, let the patient know that he will be remembered. Although he might not think that he's going to be remembered because, he lived a very short life and that he didn't necessarily do anything in his life, but he will be remembered. You get that?
Mm-hmm.
Dylan?
Mm-hmm.
You have any questions?
I have no questions. I'm just gonna say that picture still goes hard as fuck. That's one of the hardest pictures I've ever seen in my life.
Yes. Sadly, I think it's the last photo in this whole PowerPoint. That actually makes sense. That's actually useful. Anywho, the next song, I Don't Love You.
Why?
So this is a realization that the patient was never in love. He was in a relationship with this chick, but it wasn't one of those relationships that you can say, oh, they're in love. It was more of like, well, hey, you're single, I'm single, let's hang out, let's do XYZ. And they became a relationship. It was one of those type of deals. He realized that he was never in love with anyone. And no one was in love with him.
Yeah, he's kind of love.
And
there was no love, just
no. I'm not saying that love does not exist. I'm just saying that he never got love.
Ah, I see. He's never received it.
Yes, he's never received true love. He may have received lust. But here's the thing. So this last point right here, he was left because he had cancer. There's a few parts that, it sounded like, before he died, his ex left him when he got cancer. And there's other parts where it seems like that she stayed. So I put it debatable. My current views on this whole album, I think that she stayed. Although it was obvious that they were not in a loving relationship. It was more of a, well, I can't leave him now. He has cancer.
Which is weirdly fucked.
Who am I to say which is better? But, that is up to you, the viewer, the listener, the Dylan, to decide, The lyrics that I picked to prove my statement was, will you go, and would you even turn to say, I don't love you? There was one that was a little bit more, it was strong. It was a better case, but I just wanted to go with the less emotional, the get the job done point. Because this is what's going through his head. He was like, you're not in love with me. You were never in love with me. And that he wished that she left, telling him, hey, I don't love you. Because, it would have saved the hardships. It would have saved so much for just to rip that band-aid off. Yeah.
Damn.
Very deep. I was listening to a few videos about the album before getting on, because I wanted to make sure that I'm able to talk about this album and get this done. And someone said that this song was like the weakest in the whole album. I was like, what the dude? That is a lie. This song goes hard. If you actually put thought into it, this song goes really hard. Unlike Welcome to the Black Parade. Welcome to the Black Parade. Good song, but I think it's overplayed. I know, crucify me. Space, any comments or concern about any statements I just said?
No, I've learned to be still and accept my outcomes.
Are you okay?
I will be not receiving love, just like him. I'm relating to him so hard right now.
Is it because I put the Spaces song? Anywho, while Space is crying because of the last song, I will be explaining House of Wolves. House of Wolves, I think, was the hardest song to explain in the whole thing. If my memory is correct.
Why? Says the guy all the way in the back. Why?
Why? Well, once you come off from an emotional song like "I Don't Love You," and you're in between that and "Cancer," two emotional songs, it's kind of hard to get your placing right. But let me try and explain this. So this is House of Wolves is like the Sharpest Lives. It's the patient. It's like, oh crap, I'm surrounded by horrible people. You know, he's surrounded by a school shooter. He's surrounded by a dude who got his legs blown off in World War I. He's realizing to himself, he's like, hey, these are the people I'm surrounded by. I don't know where I'm going. Am I going to hell? So the question isn't necessarily heaven or hell. It's more, am I going to hell? That's more of the question. Because he's thinking to himself, or this is what's going through his head. Tell me I'm an angel, take this to my grave. Tell me I'm the bad man, take me like a stray. Tell me I'm an angel, take this to my grave. Yeah. That's kind of what's going through his head. He's like, am I going to heaven? Am I going to hell? Am I an angel? Am I a devil? What's happening here? Well, like the other lyrics here, this is talk about, wicked people he's surrounded by. It's, you better run like a devil because they're never going to leave you alone. You better hide up in the alley because they're never going to find you a home. He is not surrounded by good people, so he's getting tortured here, kind of, a little bit, He's literally, there's a teen school shooter. There's just wicked people surrounding him. So it's hard to believe what he's going to do, where he's at. And sure, definitely makes an appearance in this song again, in my personal viewing of this, because there's a part where literally the word sin is spelled out S-I-N-O, S-I-N. It's spelled out like that, and I believe that's death, trying to tell him, hey, you're going to hell, right? Or death is just telling everyone they're going to hell. That's kind of how I see it as, story-wise, because, there's a lot of wicked people. And, yeah. Any questions? No? Any cool? Next slide. Cancer. So we go back. This is a memory. The song is slow. This is his last days. This is his last few days on Earth. This is him preparing to die. Because the doctor's like, hey, you got 2 weeks to live. There's a complication in your surgery. You rest so well. So he knows death is near, so he's like, hey, you can tell that this is to his false love, as I like to call her, his false love, because he's like, hey, I won't kiss you, but can you help me out? Can you call my Aunt Marie, help her gather all my things, get all my siblings to help for the casket? He's dying. He's basically already a dead man, and he's trying. He's trying his hardest to help his loved ones take care of his remains once he dies. And I feel like an interesting thing to point out here is call my Aunt Marie. He doesn't ask for, hey, can you get my dad? Hey, can you get my mom? It's call my Aunt Marie. So that tells us that that A, maybe his parents are dead, or B, he doesn't have a relationship, a good relationship with his parents. That yeah. And that point right there will be more apparent in the song Mama. And the I will not kiss you because the hardest part of this is leaving you. This is him telling this to his love. He's like, hey. So he knows that that this isn't necessarily a loving relationship and that they would have not be together right then and there if he didn't have cancer. Any comments, concerns?
No, dude. I think you kind of got me like mesmerized with your explaining for a second. I literally, like, all jokes aside, I was literally just listening to that.
Yeah, I actually teach classes for fun sometimes.
What was that teacher? It's the kind of porn he makes.
What?
Huh?
I have no clue what you just said, but okay.
No, me neither. Me neither. What did I say? Who knows? Crazy.
Who knows? I'll know when I rewatch this episode to edit it and get it out. Like, yeah. So
don't mind I'm spook. Don't mind me.
Yeah. So Mama literally is the only song that's ever made me cry because it's so like emotional. It's There's three parts of this, or there's three. I feel like there's three, like, not parts, but there's three like stories being told here. You got the patient. He's like, Mama, we all go to hell. I'm writing this letter wishing you well, Mama, we all go to hell. This is him accepting the fact, or he's understanding the fact that he's most certainly going to go to hell. He's realized that the people around him aren't good people. And the person that I talked about that was a World War I vet who's dead, he is the damn soul. And he's saying this to his mother. Well, Mother, what the war did to my legs and to my tongue, you should have raised a baby girl. I should have been a better son. If you can cuddle the infection, they can amputate it once. He's like this. The soldier is realizing, he's regretting everything. He's dead because of a war he didn't want to fight in. He's dead. He was in the war because he was a boy, and we send our men to war. So if his mom had a girl and he was the girl, he would have been alright. He would have been okay. He would have not gone to war. He would have lived out his life, but he didn't. He was sent off to war. It's him bartering for his life, per se. That's how I see it. And then at the end of the song, what I'd like to call the damned choir, because you hear all the voices together. Well, we're damned after all. Through the fortunes and flames we fall. And if you can stay, then I'll show you a way to return from the ashes you call. We'll all carry on when our brothers in arms are gone. So raise your glass high, for tomorrow we die and return to our ashes you call. So right here, this tells us a few things. It tells us that A, judgment is about to happen. So our patient, our main guy, is about to learn whether or not he's going to go to hell. And that, everyone around here, they've accepted their fates. They're like, hey, we're brothers. We're all dead here. We are dead. We're going to go and get judgment soon. And it's a hint here that there's a third option. From heaven, hell, and maybe coming back from the ashes. It's not a false hope, but it's a new hope, a new option. Yeah. I know there's another lyric I wanted to point out where I don't know who was saying this to who, but it's clearly a someone who's definitely going to go to hell. He says, it's basically him saying, hey, Mom, they're building a cabinet. Or what was that? 1 second. Space, entertain the chat. Sorry, I wrote down something I wanted to talk about, but I did not write down. So the lyrics from a mother to her son are in this song. You ain't no son of mine. And then the response to that, you ain't no son to mine, is they're building a coffin your size. So we can tell that the people here, I think this is the patient to his mom, but I'm not necessarily too sure. So that's why I didn't put it down for the patient. But it's with lyrics like that, you can tell that this is not good. This is definitely hell. And I don't know. I thought it was a great comeback with "You ain't no son of mine." That someone's like, "Hey, they're building a coffin your size." So that's I don't know. I felt that's something noticeable that should be sought. Space. What's your opinion on that? On the lyrics I just brought up. Dylan has fallen asleep to my voice. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear my whole explanation?
The whole ass start to finish.
No, I explained the song Mama. Did you hear any of that?
No.
Fuck. What was the last thing you heard me say?
I'm gonna be honest. You were glitchy for like a good 2 minutes.
I thought
that was just on my end. I thought it was just me, to be honest.
No, I just realized that I didn't have the green speaking bubble for a good second there. So I'm thinking I might just redo it.
Okay, go for it.
So, cancer, yada yada, Mama. So Mama's the only song that's ever made me cry. It's a very emotional song, and that it's multiple things. It has multiple stories. We have the patient. He's right. He's writing to his mom. He's thinking to his mom, "Mama, we all go to hell. I'm writing this letter, wishing you well. Mama, we all go to hell." So this is him accepting his fate that he's probably going to go to hell, and that's because of the wicked people around him. We have this dude who's regretting everything in his life. He lost both of his legs in World War I and his tongue. He died on the battlefield of World War I, and his response to this was, "Well, mother, what the war did to my legs and to my tongue, you should have raised a baby girl. I should have been a better son. If you can cuddle the infection, they can amputate it once. You should have raised a better." That is his response to his death. It's the shell shock of dying. That's what's going through him. He doesn't have legs anymore. He doesn't, or his last moments on Earth, he didn't have legs. His tongue is missing. He regrets it all. He regrets being a boy because he had to go to war. So he's like, Mom, you should have had a girl. He's regretting the pain that he caused his mother because he was, because of the unfortunate circumstances that he was born into. And then we have the damned choir. The damned choir is everyone. Everyone starts singing in a song. It feels like where they're like, "Hey, we're all damned here. Judgment Day is coming, but hey, there's a secret way. There's a secret way to get back to the land of the living." And that's what we can tell from here. To return from the ashes will carry on when your brothers in arms are gone. So raise your glass high, for tomorrow we die, and you return from the ashes you call. So that tells us here that there's potentially a third ending in this story. But we have to see until the end, what's going to happen. because that's the beautiful thing about rock operas. Rock operas, it tells one continuous story, or it tells one continuous story from the beginning of the album to the end of the album. And something noticeable in the song I wanted to point out while listening, doing research in the song was there's the lyric from this mother to her son was "You ain't no son of mine," and the guy's reaction to that was they're building a clock to your size. You hear his comeback, right? What?
Yeah, but still, bro, ain't no son of mine. Holy.
You ain't no son of mine. His comeback was they're building a coffin your size. Imagine the balls on that man.
Yeah, that man had like titanium balls, but to be honest, I'd be devastated if my mom told me that.
I mean, yeah, it's devastating, but you know, it sometimes it's sad like that. You can't control the circumstances in which you're born into, and sometimes you don't. Hello. You can't control the circumstances that you're born into. So sometimes you do get sucky parents like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just about being able to push through that, I guess. This man is like going through it though.
This man is dead. With mommy issues. Everyone has mommy issues basically in this whole like choir of the damned.
What the hell?
Yes. You ready for me to go to the next slide?
Yeah, sorry, I was just laughing. A little laughter, a little chuckle.
A little chuckle at mommy issues.
Yeah, we're like laughing at people that don't have good relationships with their mother.
Yes. Sleep is probably my least favorite song of the whole album. So to start off, it sounds like a video is playing at the beginning of the song, and it's the patient. I believe it's the patient. He's explaining how it feels to die of cancer, or how it feels dying of cancer, because he isn't dead yet. And I don't know. I find this song to be the hardest to explain, actually. Like, House of Wolves was hard to get a story, but once you got it, it's like, oh, yeah. This one, it's like, granted, I'm biased. I don't necessarily like this song. When this song comes on, I normally hit skip. But the song does start off with him explaining how it feels when he sleeps, and potentially it's kind of his last moments on Earth. Yeah, the end starts off with him dying, but the song "Sleep" it ends with him falling asleep and not waking up ever again. And he's taking a look of his surroundings. That's what you get here. A drink for the whore that I'm in, for the good guys and the bad guys, for the monsters that I've been. 3 cheers for tyranny, unapologetic apathy, because there ain't no way that I'm coming back ever again. So this is him accepting that he is done. He is gone. He's gone forever. You have any questions?
Mm-mm.
You got all of that, right?
Mm-hmm. My boy's still going through it.
Me?
Both of you.
Who else is your boy who's going through it?
He's going through it, man. Hey, the boy, he's going through it. Those guys are insane. I'm just being dumb, dude. I don't know.
You're being dumb, and I'm like, what? What's happening here? What am I missing? Has a full on
like you just shut off your brain like one level to be able to understand what I'm saying. Just dumb shit.
Yes. Teenagers. This song is, the patient.
Man, teenagers, yeah. They're living shit out of me.
They can care less as long as I never plead.
Yeah,
to
you see that
fucking
shit? He
pose
hit me up.
and strike a
Hit him
violent
up with a
pose.
follow. Oh my god, he knows the song almost as if he did like a PowerPoint on it. Oh my god, I'm coming.
It's almost as if I did a whole PowerPoint on the whole album. It's like I know all the lyrics to the song. All right, I don't know. Okay, I know most of the lyrics. I don't know all of the lyrics to this. So, yeah, this is a school shooting song. You can tell it with the lyrics of the boys and the girls and the clique, the awful names that they stick. We're never going to fit in much, kid. But if you're troubled and hurt, what you got under your shirt will make them pay for the things that they did. Yeah, the man, this teen fucking shoots up a school and then shoots himself. That's how we meet him. He's going to hell. We can all agree he's going to hell, right? Space, do you agree that he's going to hell? Space, do you hear what I say?
Nope.
Do you have a clue what I was saying?
No, I'm fixing my audio right now because everything's glitching for me.
Okay.
But all I know, the teenager scared the living shit out of me, and that was like the one song that I've listened to the most out of all of those album songs. That's probably because it's one of the more media popular ones, I'd say.
This isn't their most popular. I mean, this is like their third most popular song. The first two would be. What was that?
Huh? I was gonna say that's why I know that one though, is because it is up there. Even though it's like what, top 3, I still
Top
know
3.
it. Like, yeah, because it is top 3.
Number one's Black Parade. Second one would be Helena. As long
Damn.
go.
Anyway.
You strike to get it.
Oh my god, he's popping off. Voice. Heavenly voice of the angel.
You so turn it on. I don't know this.
Oh my god. The heavenly voice of an angel blessing my ears once more. I'm crying. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Gather.
Oh, yeah.
Gather. He's singing, gather, children.
The patient. So the patient was a hellion. That's what we got. So because the drugs never work, they're gonna leave you smart because they got methods of keeping you clean. They kind of rip off your heads of your aspirations to shred another cog in the murder machine. That's just him being a hellion. He's like, yeah, I went to parties. I did the drugs. I did the smoking. Yeah, and that's that's basically what this sounds like. And the fact that it's a school shooter too. This one, it doesn't fit the story as much, but it does. It does have noticeable effects into the story, though. Disenchanted, the second to last song of the whole album. Okay, third to last song, but Blood doesn't really count. Because we're all Crips here, am I right? Space is a Crip confirmed.
Jesus.
So, Disenchanted, it's the patient thinking to himself, I didn't live a life that's worth remembering. Yeah, even though Mother was like, hey, people are going to remember you. He's like, yeah, but I didn't do anything good. I didn't do anything noticeable with my life. All I did was be an asshole. Like, why am I going to get remembered? So if I'm so wrong, how could you listen all night long? Now will it even matter after I'm gone? Because you never learned a goddamn thing. It's him he's soaking into sappiness. He's like, yeah, there's nothing really worth remembering. So, Space, my important question to you and the viewers at home right now, what do you think is going to happen to him? Do you think the patient's going to heaven, hell, or he's going to make another attempt on life?
Bro's gonna be stuck in, what's it called? Purgatory. That's my guess.
Interesting.
Well, that's my guess. That's what my 2 cents, throw my 2 cents in my theory with the whole thing, Mr. Teacher, based off my Cornell notes and the things that I've learned of the past. My educated guess is that he will be in purgatory.
I'll be honest with you, you're the only person I've ever heard say that he's going to be stuck in purgatory.
Really? That's some bullshit.
Yes. Yes, out of all the analytic videos I've watched, all the articles I've read about this, you're the only person who's ever said he's going to be stuck in purgatory.
Hey, you know what? Hey, we different out
Hey,
here.
I'm not complaining about it. You're just special.
Yeah, you see that shit? You said it right here, folks. He basically is saying my cock is huge. Basically, I've one way mirror.
I'm just saying that your buses were always small.
What? Is the cock really big or the ball small? You tell me.
Talking about your
Sorry.
dick. You're talking about your dick while I'm making jokes saying that you're mentally disabled.
Oh my god.
Small bus. He has a small bus. And by that, I mean that's how he gets to school.
You ride the short bus.
Anywho, famous last words. This is the last song in the story. And there's 3 endings here.
Oh shit.
So this is like a renewal for life. There's 3 versions of this song. There's version 1, which is on the album, and it ends with rock. And the rock ending is the hell ending. Then there's the radio version of the song where it has the choir ending, and that's the heaven ending. That's him going up to heaven. You know, like you hear the choir of angels. That's how it's seen. And then there's side B where you get another chance of life. And don't worry, we will be talking about side B. Unlike most people, I will be talking about side B because why not? Even though I had to make up some stuff for the story, but you know. But he hits a spark of life somehow. He hits a spark where he's like, yo, I'm not afraid to keep on living. I'm not afraid to walk this world alone. Honey, if you stay, I'll be forgiven. Nothing you can say can stop me going home. He's accepted his fate. He realized that there's nothing else he can do except go for the and that's what he does. He's like, fuck it. I know I'm gonna die. I'm already dead. So now I'm going to go to where I belong. Either it's heaven, hell, or another start of life. I will do it. And I think that's the perfect ending of the album. Because, you know, like there's all 3 it has all 3 versions of the song of the ending where, you know, it's either he goes to hell, which the album really is the album ending, or the radio ending in which he goes to heaven, or side B where he gets a renewal of life. Either way, everyone's correct, but everyone's wrong at the same time. It's I don't know. I feel like it's MCR's biggest A. You get to choose, you know. You get to choose the ending here. I don't know. Whenever I get out of like weird states of mind, this is the song I go to. This is the song I start blasting. I'm like, yeah, I'm not afraid to walk this world alone. Honey, if you stay, I'll be forgiven. Nothing you can say can stop me going. This is something I totally agree with. You have any comments?
What?
Do you have any comments? Hello.
There we go. Holy shit, sorry, my audio was like acting up for a second. I finally got it though. My apologies.
No worries. I'm now like concerned that it's been my audio, so now like when I end the episode, make sure my audio is good, but I'm gonna say forget it. Worst comes to worst.
I can tell you right now.
Was that?
I can tell you right now your audio is fine.
Okay. You know, worst comes to worst, I will just edit the thing and have it with me just explaining this whole thing. But you got so where did you get to before you tested your audio for my explanation of famous last words?
What?
So what part did you get to when I was explaining famous last words?
The renewal.
Renewal.
Yes.
So there's three endings. There's the renewal, which is side B. There's the acceptance of death, or the acceptance of hell and damnation. That is side. That's not any side. That's the album version, while the radio version is the heaven version because it ends with a chorus. It ends with a choir instead of rock. So rock is like the exception. Is the well, he's gonna go to hell. It's I feel like MCR used rock as a hell version because during the 60s, the white folk were like, oh, rock is hell, it's the devil music, it's the Satan music. Well, that's what most people listen to now who go to church. Well, the choir ending, most people think choirs. Like there's the church choir, so that's the heaven ending. Well, side B, I don't really listen to side B often. I don't. The side B's version of Famous Last Words I just don't really listen to. It's just the same song in my personal opinion, but I could be wrong. But I think this is a brilliant way to end their album. Make it so that everyone is correct, but no one's correct at the same time. There's no one correct ending or one exact ending. So yeah.
Were there more than one exact ending?
Did you just not pay attention to what I said?
I am just repeating and getting confirmation, you asshole.
You made it sound like you weren't listening to anything I just said. You were about to make me cry.
No, I'm just going. Nah, dude, I'm like, what's it called? I'm like the hype man, dude. I'm just like, you be saying one thing and I just be echoing it and getting that confirmation. You know what I mean?
Yes. So, yeah, I feel like Famous Last Words is a brilliant way to end the whole album. And then we go to 2000 whatever, when they came out with the track B. Yay! Can we get a yay for track B?
Yay! Let's go!
So this is like extra songs that they took out of the album that they kind of wanted to put in, but not really. It's still good songs. Like Blood. Blood is actually a part of the real album, but it's the hidden track, so it really isn't allowing the story, but it loves the story at the same time. So Blood is what the patient's like while he was dying. The doctors and the nurses, they adore him so, but it's really quite alarming because it's such an awful F-bomb. And that's how he was. That's when you listen to it, you can tell that but it's different from the rest because that's what it was like live. I would probably put Blood as the first album. Yeah. Fun fact about Blood. I didn't know that you had to wait a minute and 30 seconds for the song to actually start playing. So when I was listening to Black Parade for the first time a few years ago, I was like, yo, is my phone acting up? Is my headphones broken? What is this? Yes. My way home is through you. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand. The reason why there's lyrics here because I thought the lyrics are fun. My gun fires 7 shades of shit. So what's your favorite color, punk? I don't know. I don't know. I just thought it should be brought up here. You get me? I kill your friends. So this is the patient's funeral. This is with the lyrics up because we all want to party when the funeral ends. Ba, 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 ba. And we all get together when we bury our friends. This is kind of like the funeral for the patient. It's like, oh well, the patient's dead. We're his friends. We're his high school friends. We're gonna hang out. Not necessarily hang out, but we're gonna be at his funeral at his wake. Um, with lyrics such as lyrics as "It's been 10 bitter years since I've seen your face." Da 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 da. It's it's his friends. It's his friends remembering. That's what it is. Heaven help us. I think this is God talking to the patient, and the patient talking to God. Hear the sounds, the angels come screaming down your voice. I hear you've been bleeding. It's like the conversation between God and the patient, because this is the alternate ending. So it'd be like if the patient got another chance. Spacey, any questions or concerns? No? Okay. So what does this album do? Most importantly, do not smoke. You will get cancer and you will die. So something I knew while writing this and deliberately not said until now. This is an anti-smoking. Uh, this is an anti-smoking ad. Basically, the patient gets cancer because he smokes. He smoked at a young age, and that's how he got cancer. He died because he smokes. So don't smoke. Don't get cancer. Uh, Live a life that makes you happy. That's kind of another point I wanted to just bring out. Because the guy is miserable. He is sad. He's like, oh, I'm dead. I'm dying. And death is like making fun of him because he never took life by the balls. He never was like, hey, I'm gonna do this. I want to do this. I'm gonna do this. It was more of a like, oh, I didn't do this. I didn't do anything good. I'm sad, sappy. That's kind of how I see it. Uh, Granted, this is my interpretation of this album. There is more than one interpretation. I'll probably complete a playlist in the comments of the 3 videos I've watched while preparing for this. But I strongly recommend Wendigoon's video of the Black Parade. It's very well made. It's very I feel like it's a very good outlook, very good interpretation. But who am I to say what's good and what's bad? All right, any questions? Dylan. Dylan, 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 you fucking villain. Why don't you answer me? Dylan, you villain. Why you gotta make me cry? Dylan, the villain. Why you gotta make me cry? So, have any questions about anything I've said?
No, not really. I love those waterworks coming out of your face, though.
You don't like how I hid the fact that this whole album was an anti-smoking ad until the end?
No. I mean, I can see it. It could be argued either way. But, dude, go back again.
Go back.
Why do these pictures always go so hard? Holy shit, that crew. That's a picture and a half.
Yes. Pass.
That's a whole after crew.
Smash. 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 Do you agree with my statements of pass and smash? Well, that was the Black Parade. How do you feel about it? Dylan? Dylan, you villain. Why you gotta make me seem crazy, baby?
The phone died.
Your phone died. Why?
Please. Is it fine like this, though?
Talk?
Hi.
Okay.
Okay, let's continue from where we were. Go.
I don't know where you were at when I closed the thing.
Oh, shit. I was reconnecting.
I was singing, Dylan, you villain. Why you gotta make me cry? Dylan, you villain. You make me crazy. You fucking baby. Dylan, you villain.
I hate you.
It is a great song. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Hate me because I'm a fucking asshole.
But you're not. You're not an asshole.
I am an asshole.
Give me some prime examples.
No. Fuck you.
Damn, that's example number 1.
Eat shit.
Example number 2.
So Dylan, you want to talk about Ghost?
Ghosts.
Ghost.
Ghosts, like... Ghosts are real.
Ghosts are real.
I believe in ghosts. Why do you?
I do not believe in ghosts, but I feel like today would be a great day to talk about Ghost because it's Halloween. It's the Halloween special.
What do you
It's
think
Emo's
of
Christmas.
Halloween?
What was that?
What are you doing on Halloween?
I already did all my Halloween stuff.
Like, how are you spending your Halloween?
I went to a party Friday, and then I slept Saturday. I woke up Sunday, and then I was like, Dylan, wake up. Dylan, wake up. We need to record a podcast. Dylan, wake up.
What are you
You
talking
need to
about?
do this. Dylan, come on. Let's get this podcast done. Dylan, come on. Let's get it recorded.
Man, I asked you what you're doing on Halloween, and this motherfucker told me what he was doing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes, because to me that's Halloween, and actual Halloween day. You know what I'm gonna do?
What?
Edit this podcast so we can get it out ASAP.
That's right, because here at the Colorfuls Podcast, we are dedicated to getting an episode out every Tuesday. So please, tune in on
I like how you're saying that we're going to get this out on Tuesday when in reality I'm getting this out on Monday because I want this to be the Halloween special, and if it's going to be the Halloween special, it has to be out by Halloween at the latest. Which, as of recording, today is Halloween.
Okay, but I'm just saying, because...
You cuck.
Fuck you. What I'm saying, obviously it's a special, so it'll be obviously it'll be recorded differently and uploaded differently because it's a special, you fuck. But I'm saying that's on Tuesdays.
You're only saying that now because I told you.
Told me what?
You thought this was gonna come out. You thought this was gonna come out tomorrow on Tuesday. Nah, I'm getting this out as soon as possible.
I don't understand.
That's why.
Why would this come out on a fucking Tuesday if Halloween's on Monday?
I don't know. Why did you take a shower and then jerk off and took a shower? Why didn't you send me videos?
I didn't. I'm underaged actually, because since I haven't hit 18 yet, Calvin's just looking at videos of minors in the shower. I'm not 18 yet. Have you admitted to me for sending you videos?
Dylan, you're fucking older than me. And we're both of age.
No, not of age. That's the real
You're
scary
of
part.
age.
Ooh, this is Halloween special. Ooh, the scariest part. I'm underaged. Ooh. That's the scariest part. No, but anyway, what were we talking about? Ghosts? Dude, I believe in ghosts.
Is it your father?
No, my dad believes in ghosts.
But your father's an atheist.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he doesn't just believe in like other spiritual shit. You know, you can be an atheist and still believe in like some spiritual shit. That's how Camus says.
That defeats the point.
What do you mean? There's other types of different spirituality other than religion. You know?
Ooh, I'm a ghost. I am Dylan's DMs.
What? My DMs are just you.
I know.
But, nah.
Dylan, how bipolar am I on the normal day-to-day?
You're so bipolar that you're not even keeping on topic of ghosts. Like, I'm talking about ghosts, like, I was about to say some shit, and then you're going, anyway, how bipolar am I? Fucking what?
I'm off my meds!
That's the real scary thing, is Calvin doesn't take his meds. Kelvin doesn't take his meds, and I have to remind him every 15 minutes. Dude, that's just a complete lie. That was just a complete lie. That was a lie. You see how easy it is for people to lie, guys? That sounds so natural. Never believe anyone. That's the scariest part.
It's because I don't take my meds.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me?
No.
I don't know. Great question.
And no, it's other people that I know from school. Some other Filipino guys I know from school don't. They do not believe in ghosts. So, that being said, though, I do believe in ghosts. Not because I've had really any big ghost experience, because I really haven't. I just kind of had like minor experiences here and there, like minor little like weird twists in nature. But nothing definitive for me to believe in ghosts. I just think it's a lot better to believe in ghosts than not believe anything. Because why would you be like, what the fuck is wrong with you, fucking nerd glasses emoji? Technically, this. Like, who cares, man? Like, I feel like it's way more fun to believe in ghosts, isn't it?
I think the better question is, I don't believe in ghosts, yet I believe in skinwalkers and the wendigos.
You believe in skinwalkers?
Yeah!
You unironically believe in skinwalkers. You think they're real.
I am Native American.
You are?
Yes!
What?
I've told you this multiple times throughout our years of friendship.
You're Native American?
Yeah!
Where specifically?
I don't know.
What? You're just claiming you're Native American? You don't even know any of your roots? Who told you this then?
I'm an 8th Native American, mom's side.
Oh, so you're like just barely. So you don't know people, you don't know shit. You don't know shit. That's like having a white guy be like 1/10 black and saying the N-word. That's a reach. That's the scary part. That's ooh.
The clan is scarier than ghosts! They got my grandfather!
Ooh, I'm reaching with these. But
Diversity!
diversity isn't scary.
It's not scary. You know what's scary?
Huh?
White women. That's why I don't talk to them.
White women aren't scary.
Ooh.
You pussy. Damn, we keep getting off the topic of ghosts. Anyway, no.
That's because you're like, I don't have an actual thing about ghosts.
I do have it. I don't have like actual like experiences. That's why it doesn't mean I don't believe in them.
Yes, I thought you were gonna have like an actual experience.
I have like 2, and I've already like told them though.
You already told them?
Yeah, I've had one.
No, you told them in our last, in the last episodes.
I don't remember. It's all blurred to me.
It's about your grandfather and how, or like someone you're related to, how they like saw the devil painted the painting of the devil. Or something like that.
Yeah, I can talk. You want me to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean it's part of the last episode, so yeah, explain it.
I have what is it? What is that? My grandpa's brother? What is that to me? Like my grunkle?
Nothing.
But basically my grandfather's brother, rest in peace, my man has passed. But at the time, like when he was younger, back in like the Philippines, I guess, he was like messing with some like shit. I guess like basically in third world countries, you have people that claim to do magic and witchcraft and shit like that, and you're not really supposed to fuck with them, obviously. But he was, and he kind of pissed off some witch doctor shaman person or whatever. I don't know what they're called specifically, but I'm just saying that just to fill in the space for it. But basically,
They're called witch doctors.
Yeah, basically he just pissed off one of them, and she was like, black magic, yeah, and cursed him or whatever. And so when he would go home, and he would paint on like canvases as like a hobby, and he was never ever really good at it. Like no, he would really just be practicing landscape stuff, really, right? That was he would practice drawing. But one day, this is coming from my father's eyes. He told me this story. he was a little kid just like hanging out in the living room doing his own thing, you know what I mean? And he was just painting on his canvas in the living room. Then all of a sudden, bro just like went into a trance, and he stopped working on the painting he was doing, cleared the canvas, got a new one, started outlining, really nice detailing and line work on that, and like really getting it down. He was just drawing this like cursed image, man. The way it was described was very like grotesque, and it was very he went from painting like landscapes with like big blots of color to like fine point details and very sharp edges on a picture of what my father had seemed to say was like some like devil or like Lucifer or whatever. But the fucking craziest part.
Beelzebub.
What?
Beelzebub.
What's that?
A devil.
But from where?
The Lord of Flies.
Really?
Yes. It's a
I
real
don't
thing.
remember. Fuck Lord of Flies. That book was shit. As much as
Hey, that is cap. That is cap.
and like Lord of the Flies, there's a bunch of kids that just went insane. I was doing the same shit, bro. These kids were literally stuck on an island. Of course they went insane. Anyway.
Stuck your ass more.
What?
Stuck your ass more.
Talk to my ass more? Is that what you said?
No, stuck to your ass more. Lord of the Flies.
Suck to my ass more?
Stuck to your ass more.
Stuck to my ass more.
You know what? You're butchering the great insult. Just continue your story. Continue your story, wise man. Tell me. Tell me about the devil that your grandfather's brother
As he's
painted.
drawing these, as he's drawing and going on painting this guy.
Hold on, was it drawing or was he painting? It's two different
Both.
things, two different mediums.
That's why I'm saying drawing and painting.
So was he like sketching?
Yeah,
And then
he's
like
doing
painting
both.
it out?
Yeah, he sketched over with fine, like, remember I was talking about line work? Are you even listening to me, you fuck?
I
We're
didn't
both
listen
going like
to
back and forth. On like me with your Black Parade, and then you the stories were just going back and forth with confusion. It'd be so funny. Anyway, sorry.
This is why we need couples therapy.
We do need couples therapy again. That first session was not enough. But the thing that really got my dad was that as he's in this trance, like my dad's trying to talk to him, ask him questions about what he's drawing, because it's something different, but he's not answering. Literally just like dead set and focused on doing this shit. And as he's doing that, the sliding door for the backyard is like slowly sliding and closes. Like it doesn't lock, but it just closes. My dad freaks out a little bit. He's looking around and it seems to the room, because it's normal, but the pressure in there seems a little more intense. Like the vibe is off now. And after that, of course, he's a little more scared. My dad goes to open up that sliding door. It's not locked, but he can't. Swears on his life he can't move it. He's trying to open that door, nothing. Tries to go over to the front door then. Opens that, nothing. Tries to open a window, nothing. My dad said he was, I don't know if it's just because he was a kid and freaked the fuck out, and he had that little kid strength, because he's scrawny, but he swears that he couldn't open up anything because while he was in that trance, and it was freaking the fuck out, and he just wasn't waking up from just doing those detailed things. And then, right afterwards, he was done. A couple like minutes later, took some time, but he's done with the painting. And he went over to the family photo, like family little photo on the wall, took off the family photo and hung up that photo instead. Eventually, at the time, my great-grandma, so my dad's grandma, she came in and she saw that and she was like, what the fuck? And just like she started like beating him, like, and I guess that like got him out of submission or whatever, like broke him out of whatever the fuck he was doing.
Beat them into submission. That is what we're doing today.
Literally,
Beat them into submission.
Yeah, literal grandma beating him into submission, being like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, what are you doing? Snap out of this shit. And then he was like, he actually snapped out of it, and he he claims he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know anything he was doing. Like that was all just a trance. And as soon as that happened, as soon as he was like done, like they took the painting off the wall again, the fucking sliding door just slid open a little bit again. Like it was just a little bit, just a little ajar. And so he just thought that was a little creepy. And
Yes.
every now and then he would get into little like painting trances. Nothing as insane as that, but he would get into trances and start drawing like really detailed faces of people in misery. Like it's just not, and it wasn't even really people with the devil or like any of that. It was just people in misery or sadness. It was weird.
You know, hate and misery will kill us all, as we learned in the Black Parade.
Bro, let's get the references. We know about that now. We learned about that.
That's what we learned!
We learned about that. We know that now.
Yes.
Let's
yes.
go.
And through it all, the rise and fall of the bodies in the streets. Just remember this. Your memory will carry on. Will carry on. And though you're dead and gone, believe me, will carry on. Space, when are you going to get a camera?
Oh my god, Calvin's cock is so big. And, I had one ordered already. And you know, because I had it. And I picked it up from Best Buy. And I put it in to my computer. And then I realized that the cable that I have for it is way too small and I can't hang it anywhere. Is that I cannot put it, the cable for it, like it plugged into my computer, but it's too small to hang up on top of anywhere that would be good for me to use for a VTuber. And so I literally did not know what to do with it. I like hung it up, I stacked up books, I stacked up stuff on my desk to try to make it as well as possible, and the wire is just way too small. So I ended up returning it for full price. And now I'm getting a new one. But that was like 2 days ago I did that.
Okay. No, it's because, you see, when we do the podcast, I don't necessarily want to show people what we look like yet, but I don't know, I feel like we can have better conversations if we can kind of see what we're doing, you know?
No. Look at you. You distract me. I don't want to look at you. Look at if you can't even like talk, like this is what I'm talking about. You're just doing shit without talking about it, and you expect this to just work for a podcast. For those of you that don't know what Calvin's doing right now, he's currently just unbuttoning his shirt and showing me his chest for no reason. Yet why would he mention that? You fucking weirdo.
Space is talking about his wet dreams. He's not talking about what's actually happening, in which I have the camera on and I'm staring into the abyss in which he would be at if he would ever show himself. You know, I don't want a ghost to show himself right now. I want Space to show himself appropriately, though. I want to see him, you know, wearing clothes. I don't necessarily want to see, you know, the full frontal space decay, but yes.
You know what's actually really scary? Fucking
Women?
sleep. Yeah, that too was sleep paralysis. I was gonna say. Women too. Women can work.
Yes. My fears go from dementia, women, Wendigo, skinwalkers, and shit like that.
Have you seen the documentary on the History Channel called Skinwalker
We don't
Ranch?
talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Skinwalker Ranch.
But my dad makes some interesting comments.
That I'm using the same example. I'm using the same example I used last time. That is like saying, like, to a white guy who's 1/10 black to sit in the back. That's so dumb. What? Can you imagine?
I don't have to imagine that is my life.
Damn, this is why we need to get rid of all those Jim Crow laws. They were right about that one. Hey, bro. Hey, man, America, they weren't wrong on that one. Jim Crow laws gotta go.
They gotta go. That's why me and all the homies hates the South.
I don't hate the South, I just don't like Jim Crow laws.
We don't support slavery.
Yeah, but dude, that guy's name went so hard. Can you imagine? Like, if his name wasn't, like, just tainted with, like, slavery, his name could have gone so hard. Like, imagine if he, like, did some good shit for a world. He would have been like, damn, bro, that's Jim Crow. That guy's motherfucker, he's hard-ass name.
That's one of those names that I feel like are really forgettable, where it's like, oh, that's his name, and then everyone forgets it. So that was literally the most memorable thing he could probably do.
Yeah, bro just tainted his name in history.
Nah, he was making sure he made history. By being an ass.
That's fucked up.
What?
He's making sure he made history. That's fucked up.
Yeah, someone has to be the bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, only victors is determine what's good and wrong. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
if the Nazis would have won, they would have been like, yeah.
What? Why are you bringing Nazis into this?
Because Kanye.
Really, that's the real scary thing. Really scary thing.
Humanity's a real scary thing,
yeah.
You don't know what a human's gonna do. You don't know what they're capable of. That's the true horrors of existence. It's yes.
If there's one thing to fear this Halloween, it's political power.
Not even political power, but the power in which humans have and that they can do.
Mm. You ever drink sink water?
Yeah, often.
Dude, sometimes I just be like, I'll admit it, okay? Sometimes I'd be waking up in the middle of the night. You know when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like in fucking misery and your mouth is dry and you're like, oh, water! Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just wake up in the middle of the night and you're fucking dying and, like, your whole mouth is, like, drier than, like, when you try to flirt with a girl. So it's kind of like, you need to just get water immediately. So I get up and I just run to my fucking sink and just fucking down that shit sometimes because I'm just dying. I usually keep a water bottle next to me or I fill up my little flask and canister. But if I have nothing in those, it's just straight to the sink and I just down that shit. But I don't know what about you? I just put my mouth.
Yeah. Sometimes I drink the sink. Space, I have a confession to tell you. So, you don't want to know how many times I've thought about just going into space station and just saying some random crap about like confessing to random ass crimes. We're like, yes, I don't pay taxes. Yes, I shot a man in the year 1912. I am a time traveler.
From whatever you do anyway.
What?
You already do that kind of shit in the space station anyway.
I make sure the chat is still alive. I am single-handedly I'm making sure you stay relevant.
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm doing a fucking breaking news.
Breaking news.
Yeah, to make up all the time that was missed for the end of October, I'm just gonna do a 24-hour stream.
When?
Well, I'm going to Vegas for like a couple nights, and I plan on doing I'm gonna buy while I'm out there, I'm gonna buy a battery so I can take like my phone everywhere with me and just keep it constantly charging. And I'm gonna see if I can like fuck with NPCs on the strip of Vegas.
Will you be posting that as a YouTube video, or are you just
gonna go live, start walking?
Space.
What?
I have a question for you.
What?
When are you going to do a face reveal? When is the actual face reveal going to happen?
I'm not going to do a face reveal.
But here's the thing: your fans already kind of know what you look like.
Okay, so why do I have to do a face reveal then?
I'm curious. I'm curious to see,
No, I don't plan on doing anything like that anytime soon.
Yes.
I'm just gonna do me, man. Who gives a shit?
Oh, yes. I have a question for you.
What's your question?
So I don't know if you've noticed this, but in the Clever Fool podcast episodes, I've been making little doodles in our thing.
For the episode chat thing. Yeah.
Yes.
I've noticed.
How do you feel about that?
It's making me so happy. I think it's cool. Why?
I'm just curious.
I
Would you like to see Would you like to see today's episode?
Yeah, I think everything that you do is special and unique.
I'm going to lick you. Like that.
Oh my, ew. Ew. What is that? Is that me?
That is you. That is zombie you asking for brains. That is zombie space and
Ew.
ghost Calvin.
Ew. Here,
Cleverful podcast Halloween special. I didn't realize this until right now. I made it into candy corn colors. That was not the plan at all.
What?
And then Halloween special in red because blood, gallons of the stuff. I gave you all that you can drink, and it will never be enough. R.I.P. Space Decay, Dylan, Science of Fate, Calvin, and then the CIA got them. That is true. The CIA will get us one of these days, but that's okay.
What?
This is Pumpkin Decay and Calkin.
Pumpkin Decay. Why do I have such fucking serious looking faces every time?
You don't send me a lot of photos of you, and when you do, you always have a serious face.
It's because I'm always a little mad.
Yeah.
I'm mad.
Mad sexy.
The world owes me. The world owes me, and I'm mad for it. Look what I made.
What did you make?
Oh,
I'll watch your stream while you watch my stream.
Hold on. Like flashing. Hold on. I'll just snip. Look at it. I made... What was that? What the fuck was that?
Don't worry about it.
Those of you that don't know, and obviously are just listening in, Calvin was showing some of the doodles he made for the thumbnail of Cleverful podcast, and as he was just scrolling through casually, just the fucking zoom picture of his face just popped up.
That is not every part of the episode.
I'll be honest, that was probably the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. That shit was insanely scary. That is a real Halloween. That is real spooky. Look what I made.
I think that's photo of me on the pooper.
Look what I made for you.
Cleverful. That is beautiful. It's too beautiful to use on YouTube, though.
Okay. Too beautiful to use on YouTube. You're quick with it. You're quick with it, you asshole.
Yeah, I'm quick to flirt. Everyone knows this. I am an F-boy, as my mom liked to tell me.
And then I'm gonna...
You see this? You like that?
But like what?
I'm showing you. I'm showing you more.
I want to. Why do you look like that? You look like...
Why do I look like what?
Why do you look like John Lennon?
I don't know. Everyone's been telling me I'm John Lennon lately. I don't understand it. I don't know who the fuck John Lennon is.
You know who John Lennon is? You know who the legend is of John Lennon?
I don't know, man.
He's one of the Beatles.
I look like a Beatle?
What's wrong with you?
I grew up listening to the Animal, man. Because there is a house in New Orleans.
No, I added us to it. You added us to it.
Where's my mustache, though?
It's right there. You don't have a mouth. You don't have a mouth. There. It's just a mustache.
I know. I normally put just a mustache. So, Space, what's your favorite horror movie?
My favorite horror movie?
What's your favorite Halloween movie? I should restate.
I don't know, but I like watching The Nightmare Before Christmas on Halloween and on Christmas, so I watched that one. I fucking love Halloween, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Good man, I was about to say the exact same thing.
Nightmare Before Christmas is so fucking good. Jack Skellington is my boy.
Dude, I dressed up as Jack Skellington for quite a few years for Halloween. I was about to say Christmas. No, I did dress up as Santa Claus for Christmas, though. Yeah, it used to be a family thing where I dressed up as Santa Claus.
Wow.
It was because I was a fat kid.
Well, I don't blame you. At least you made use of it. Bro, turn it into a net positive. You know what horror movie has actually scared? Because no horror movie has actually scared me before. Like, I've never really been thrilled by any movie. Maybe like some jump scares have like gotten me for a second here or there. But I've never really been like scared of any horror movies. But you know what really fucking got me was you know this, I don't know, okay, it might just be me, but the horror movie The Strangers and that line of movies, the Strangers movies, holy shit, that fucked me up. It made me not feel safe in my own house, just because of like the way that the scenes are and the way that they like portray thrill, is that they show you where all the fucking danger is and where the killer is and all that, and he's just hiding in plain sight within the house, and you don't even see him until you see him. Like, it's just, he's just always there, and you don't even see him all the time. There's always like people in the background or moving, like things are shifting, and you just don't even see it. It's so casually and so still, and then it just pops out, and like things just get set up, and if you don't look at it very well, then it's like, you know, it's fucking insane. I don't know, and it scared the shit out of me, because like there's scenes where like they're moving between like curtains and windows so fluidly, and they're moving into like closets and doors so like quietly, and like they're just so like, because they're killers and they're just so good at what they do. It's insane to see how they move and how they hide in someone's house, and it just makes me feel like there's someone in my house at all times, and I hate it. Very scary though.
Here's the thing, Space.
What?
I am in your house.
I am in your house. Yeah, whatever. Shut the fuck up, you predictable bitch.
You see this? You see this? This is where you live.
What the fuck is that? Okay, explain for the people that are listening. What?
That was your address. It's because I know where you live. I'm in your house. I'm in your bed. I'm actually in your pants right now.
What's your favorite horror movie? And why?
The Night of the Living Dead. It's because it's like the original. It's the original zombie movie, you know, and it was so groundbreaking at the time. And you got to see Ash.
Yeah, you know what?
Did you get that, Space? Did you write it down? Did you put it down in your Cornell notes?
I almost just fucking fell out of my seat, but yes, I did write that down.
Yes. Yes, you got that down?
Yeah, I'm writing it down right now. I'm actually putting...
Why is my head starting?
I'm also putting a question about it in the side. Time to write my summary.
Summary. The Black Parade is a long epic.
You did really...
Black Parade
is really good with that fucking PowerPoint, dog. Well, you really shows your passion for it, dude. You did a really good job.
I mean... So, like, I was prepared for this, but, like, I felt unprepared while I was doing it. Like, last week, me and two of my friends, we were like, messing around in our classroom, and I just stood up in the front of the classroom, and it was, like, a big auditorium, too. Like, you can fit, like, 100 people at minimum. Like, it was huge. And I just started talking about American Idiot, and I just, like, literally, I told the whole story of American Idiot in, like, 40 minutes without even reviewing the contents before, and it was pretty good. We're honestly trying to do a bigger event, or not a bigger event, but we're trying to, me and my two friends who did the American Idiot thing, we're trying to do it again, but this time with a lot more people and a lot more prepared. So, yes. On my mom's side, everyone's a teacher. Everyone has, like, some sort of degree which they can either teach with or whatever. And I like telling people that my teacher senses are tingling whenever, I have to grade anything. Because sometimes it doesn't, I don't have a reason for something, but, also, it's not wrong. So I like saying, oh, my teacher senses are tingling. You get what I'm saying?
It literally runs in your blood.
It runs in my blood. How does that make you feel?
Hard.
That a person who does not explain anything in their life is somehow really good at explaining concepts. How does that make you feel? Explain in 500 words or less.
It's concepts that you're passionate about, so of course you know a lot about it. And it makes me happy to hear my friend talk about his passions. You know what I mean? It's just such a magical thing when I get to listen to my friend talk about the things that he cares about. And it really warms my heart knowing that he knows that I'm giving the attention that he deserves for it. Man, I'm so glad to have this healthy monogamous relationship with you. Sorry.
We're polyamorous.
Shut the fuck up.
Space, I've been slipping around with that.
You wish you were polyamorous. You wish you could have multiple women at once and have it be fair. And
No. You see, I don't want multiple women per se, but
okay, I see what you mean. I see you want multiple.
if me and you are going to be married,
What are you talking about?
I don't necessarily want you for your body.
Oh, what are you talking about?
I'm saying space. I prefer the female body.
I judge people only by their looks. I judge people only by their looks. 0% by their personality. If you're ugly, get out of my line of sight. I date only beautiful people. I'm so sorry.
That does not explain your ex.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
I will diss any ex I please. Because I am an asshole.
Oh, we went full circle.
I am an asshole with the heart of
We
silver.
went full circle.
So when I die in 8 years, it will be slightly tragic.
8 years.
8 years.
Why 8 years specifically?
27 club, baby.
I intend on living a lot longer than eight more years. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna haunt your wet dreams.
Haunt them.
Haunt them.
You're the main star.
I am Calvin from the dead. I will make you know. You think I'm talking like this because of a ghost? No, it's because of orgasms.
What's this white sticky stuff coming out of me? It must be ghost ectoplasm.
Ectoplasm? No. Semen.
Ectoplasm. Oh my god. Can you imagine?
Woo!
Fuck.
I have a new video idea.
What is that?
In the likelihood of one of our deaths, we just create a video just in case, where we just have a video of us be like, hello, we are dead. But that's okay. I hunt your wet dreams now. You think that's semen coming out of you? No. It's ectoplasm.
It just sounds like a regular podcast, but we're dead. We can do that next. Literally just do that next podcast. Just die. You know, we're dying next podcast.
We're dying next podcast?
Killing.
Are we gonna have a guest?
No, unless we want to murder them. I'm not doing any stream. I'm not doing any podcast with people that are alive. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. A lot of things. I got the autism. I got the bipolars. I got the schizophrenia. I got the OCD. I got the ADHD. I got the chlamydia.
That's a lot.
I got the syphilis.
It's so quiet. Is that it? Is this it then? Is there... What else?
I was hoping for you to say something.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I got the stupids.
Guys, for those of you listening,
I got the
for
stupids.
anyone listening right now, it's fucking 5:50 in the morning.
I'm 15. I'm really happy with their lives.
So, it's not even just a we. I was gonna say worse, so it's not even a we. It's me, man. I'm so bad with this timing. We're doing this after work when I had to get off work at like 2 in the morning, and then I was like, okay, shit, hold on. I need to eat and sleep, and then like shower real quick. And so we started at like 3:30, and now it's like
We started at 3:45.
now.
We actually started at 3:58.
Jesus Christ. Sorry, at 3:58. But anyway,
Yeah, I think that's when.
wow. The Wayne.
You know what I did? Like, yeah, we literally started at 3:58
Wow.
in the morning.
Oh my god.
It's yes. I got a monster. I got my trusty key. I shotgun a monster for this episode, and then I casually drank a Kickstarter, which I do not recommend Kickstarters.
Damn, dude.
Per se, I prefer other drinks.
You want to
But it's okay. It's
give me $5 so I can get an energy drink? Damn, dude. He's flexing his energy drinks. Look at him.
Yes. And then yes, and then I had a cup of noodle in which I was drinking broth because I wanted something warm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I have this. I'm using my water bottle as a mic stand, so I just been drinking out of this, out of my hot tea
Yeah,
kettle.
he's drinking out of a kettle.
Oops.
What the fuck? For those of you listening in, Calvin is just pouring kettle over his head and drinking it. That is it. Something really interesting. I don't know.
Magically delicious.
You can like envision that any way you want. Maybe you can even envision like I didn't say what the background was. You can get creative. He's in a forest drinking his kettle. He's
I'm in a forest.
in New York drinking his kettle. What time is it in New York? What year? What day? I'm thinking September 11th.
Yes.
Anyway,
Who knows?
who knows?
Space, what's your plans for
I
Halloween?
go to work.
You go to work and you can make that dough?
Yeah, my plan for Halloween is to make some fucking bank. Y'all be getting candy, I'm getting money, bitches. Y'all be popping Halloween candy, I'll be popping pussy at work, baby. Let's go.
Space, I have a question for
Yeah.
you. Do you walk up to people who you know in real life and you're like, hey, I have a podcast?
No.
Because that's what I've been doing now. I've been like, hey, I have a podcast. You should subscribe.
Why, you want me to do that?
And for many of those people, this will be the first episode that they watch.
There's a bomb in my pocket. There's a bomb in my pocket. There's a bomb in my pocket and it's gonna explode soon. I swear to God.
I think you need to say that there's a bomb in your pants and it's called your penis.
Nope, that's a nuke.
That is a
I'm not trying to end the world yet.
that is a C4. That is a firecracker at best, my dude.
And my cum is plastique. I'm sorry.
Bitch, I'm 21, but I still walk around with fake ID. Cuddle with the homies watching stand by me. This dick ain't free, baby, pay my fee. Let me live my life, baby, say la vie. Woot woot.
Woot woot. Okay. Well,
Tall bitch I Attack on Titan. Need to find VP like Biden.
I have a feeling that, man, you cut out some of the weird shit that I say, but I have a feeling you like leave in like you singing.
I don't.
Oh.
For the most part, I don't. And everything I do usually. Honestly, I'm starting to think we should create a bloopers channel in which I just post all of it. The bloopers where I'm like, bitch, I'm telling anyone.
Man,
Yes.
fuck you. Fuck a bloopers. Just make the episodes longer and leave it in. I mean,
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I'm moaning. It's that spooky moan too. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, spooky moans.
Spooky! Woo! I'm going to end this episode.
Oh my god.
Remember, you only live in the light that you make. And when we were young, we used to say that you only hear the music when your heart begins to break. Thank you, everyone, for listening to the podcast. This has been the Halloween special. Remember, stay safe. Peace.
As you go out and you collect candy tonight, be aware that I am behind you at all times, watching over you, making sure there are no razors in your candy. I am the spook decay of the night. I'm the guardian of candy. I'm also high as shit. Good night.
Remember, I'm the one who's giving out razor blades. All right, good night. Bye-bye.